Keep up to date with the museum by subscribing today.
Jo Bang Lee. Dr. Jo Bang Lee was born in Korea in the 1930s during the Japanese occupation. His father was an educated man who had introduced a very young Lee and his brother to the arts of judo, kendo, and boxing. Prior to the end of World War II, Lee's father brought he and his brother to the So-Kwan Temple near Hamnan Province, now part of North Korea, where he asked a monk named Su-Amdosa to accept his two sons as students. Lee was only 4 years old, and his brother was only 5. Su-Amdosa was living in the temple as a hermit monk. He also happened to be heir to a particular form of martial arts combat skills referred to as Yang Kwan. Dr. Lee remembered Su-Amdosa as an extremely strict instructor without personality. Never during his 10 years of teaching did the monk crack a smile, nor did he talk much. When Lee and his brother were shown a technique, it was only once. They were expected to memorize and practice it correctly from then on. Following World War II, Korea was divided across the 38th parallel. As the communist North Korean government confiscated land and property from the middle and upper classes, Lee's family escaped to South Korea, and they took the monk, Su-Amdosa, with them. But instead of remaining with the family, Su-Amdosa moved to Yangmi-am Temple on Odai Mountain. Being too far for the brothers to travel, their father arranged for them to be taught by private instruction under Chik Yong-so. In 1956, Lee's family moved to Seoul, South Korea, closer to Odai Mountain. Thus, Lee and his brother resumed their training with the monk Su-Amdosa. The brothers trained with him from 1942 until 1969, when Su-Amdosa, just before he died, named Dr. Lee as his successor. On April 15, 1960, Dr. Jo Bang Lee and his brother, Jo Song, founded their own martial arts system, opening their first school. Their system, called Hwarang-do, combined the spirit and philosophy of the ancient Silla Hwarang warriors with the secret knowledge of combat skills passed to them from Su-Amdosa. Hwarang-do translates as the way of the flowering manhood. In 1968, Dr. Lee's brother, Jo Song, became the first person to introduce the art of Hwarang-do to America. 4 years later, Dr. Jo Bang Lee emigrated to the West. Relocating to America was difficult for Dr. Lee. Leaving his family in Korea for 2 years, he forged ahead hoping to establish a better life and share the art he loved so much. As challenging as it was, Lee did not give up, and today, Downey, California is a home of a very successful Hwarang-do association. Dr. Jo Bang Lee is considered a legendary leader of Hwarang-do because of Lee's efforts. Hwarang-do was brought to the public, ensuring that the art will continue for many generations. Through his schools and students, his books, and television appearances, Lee continues to reveal the beauty of Korean culture.
concentration aspect is the most important. Preparatory exercise beforehand is one method of building up this power, controlling it for short periods of time. Then when the truck passes over the stomach, as long as the mind does not lose concentration, then there's no problem. If it loses concentration even for 1 instant, then injury can occur.